Greetings, I'm Liz.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
Yes.
Let's play My Mystic Garden together.
Yay!
Okay, so we were over playing Freshman Fantasies, and my friend tried to reference Lily's Garden, but said, like...
My Lily's Garden.
My Lily's Garden. And I was just like, so like, My Mystic Dragons, like, My Mystic Garden? And we went off on a little, like, headcanon of a crossover, and it was hilarious.
And it was really, really good. I hope you will enjoy the episode once it comes out. Like,
right.
I had fun with it.
I think this might be coming out around, like it might have been coming out just before this one.
Oh,
anyway,
so
if you've been watching this series and you haven't been watching Freshman Fantasies, really different kind of thing, but we're still really funny.
Yes. Oh my god, aren't we funny?
We are funny. There are appropriate warnings on that series, not for, like, mature content as far as, like, oh, yes, it's R-rated, because it's really not.
It's not.
I say, but it does have themes that we don't like.
Yeah, well, and also it does, I mean, let's talk about the fact that, I mean, it is pretty mature in the very beginning. You basically have a date rape scenario, so that is pretty,
I say, but
mature.
that's not, like, rating kind of mature.
Yeah, which is silly.
Because it doesn't show anything and nothing is talked about, so therefore...
at
any rate,
to get around it.
We are safe here with Arturo and Leonardo back in the day.
Alright, so let's build a fireplace together.
Alright,
yes.
Difference of fireplace and fire pit. I was under the impression, I could be wrong, that Lily's Garden was designed and made in the U.S. by primary English speakers.
Yes.
And they've said fireplace, they said fire pit several times, and now fireplace.
Yep.
As far as I know and have ever known, those are completely different things.
Yep.
So I'm a little bit confused, because normally I haven't, like, there hasn't been anything else indicating in here to me that they have had, like any sort of, like, synonym quarrels. And there's a very, because of all the puns, high level of handle on the written language,
right?
Which isn't always there with somebody who's, you know, as a second language. And I'm not saying they can't have it. I'm just like, it's like in most productions that we've encountered, where you have a staff that's translating to English, there are errors.
Yes.
All right. So this will be exactly as complex as we want it to be. Whatever we can think of together. We can make it nice, or we can just use a bunch of rocks. He's going to say, well, a bunch of rocks is simpler.
Which one are we doing?
I keep wanting you to work with me, and you keep wanting me to manage you, like a manager. You know what? Our entire relationship was either you telling me what to do and how to do it, or me doing that for you. We never behaved as equals or partners. Not even once. It's very frustrating. I'm gonna do that girl thing where I say I don't care, even though my livelihood and inheritance depend on whether or not Mr. Jones likes the choice. So I don't care whether or not I get the property or how things work out at all. You can pick. But really what this is a passive-aggressive girl statement saying, oh no, I don't care, and you're supposed to know that I do care.
Yes.
And you're supposed to pick up on that.
Like, solidly. Just like old times. Yep, totally called it. Good job, friend. Yeah,
and
I
her
figured.
crossing arms going, great.
Great. This is gonna be terrible, I'm sure.
Oh. Well, I mean, this one is actually a fire pit.
Yes, that one is actually a fire pit.
I mean,
that's an elevated fire pit.
And then this one's just
that one's probably the one he would
campfire.
pick, but I don't care.
But we get to pick. This is your old-style campfire with the hang this pot of soup over it. It's got the little hook and everything. I kind of, like, I'm looking at the area. This is the only one that matches the rest of the, like, unstructured feel of the area to me. I'm also like, did he dig a hole, put the rocks in there, build that, and then also if you pull out the base, are we, like, having a well here?
I don't know. We never know. Let's find out, though. Let's do it. There! Exactly how you wanted it.
Well, if he was listening to my words, he's right, so I shouldn't be disappointed. But,
exactly how you wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Because what I said I wanted was that I didn't care, but I really do care, and I keep not telling you that I care because I'm used to getting shut down when I try and choose, because you'll move it around to the reason why it should be your way anyway, like we've seen several examples of in these conversations with you already, where I try and set a boundary and you tell me why it's no good, and when I try and set a standard and you tell me why it should be different. So yeah, I guess it is exactly like I wanted, because I didn't want to argue with you.
Yep, pretty much.
Alrighty.
Alright, well, we're gonna build some seats now for our fire pit. Thank
sometimes,
you. Not a place.
even when I'm doing something really serious like that, sometimes I just keep thinking about CF Book Chick's comment about, bad lip reading. And I just keep imagining her doing stuff and me just bad lip reading, trying to, basically extrapolate all this shit from her posture and stuff. Right? And her just doing that with Blaine and going, all right, what's it look like she's saying? I'll just go off on this.
Right?
All right, when you said you were not exactly a master woodworker, I assume you meant you've never touched wood before in your life unless it was treated mahogany. I mean,
That I know absolutely nothing about carpenting? Correct. Aha!
carpenting.
Carpenting.
Because, carpentry, carpenting.
Carpenting, yes.
I love it, carpenting. That's
Carpenting.
so bad. That is the kind of wordification I would do. And I'm so irritated that he gets that line.
It's pretty bad, actually. The fact that she picked up on it is even better, because for 2 seconds I actually thought it was an error. Like, to be perfectly frank, but this game surprises me.
Okay, you should be perfectly Bob instead.
No, but I want to be perfectly Frank.
Perfectly George?
Perfectly Greg.
Okay, Greg.
Yay.
Gregory.
Hello, Gregory.
Hello, Gregory. This is my boyfriend, Gregory. It's Gregory. Oh, you said, his whole name. Oh, you said, this is
a full name shuffle.
It's a full name shuffle. This isn't Greg, it's Gregory.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice to meet you, Gregory.
Gregory.
Carpenting?
Yeah, what a carpenter does.
It's like, what did I say about our apprentice? We were printing? Yes, that reminds me so hard. So in the Arcana, we have an apprentice, and that's our main character. And I said at one point we were busy at printing. And my friend just stares at me like, for what? I'm like, well, what an apprentice does. And he just...
Honestly, there are lots of orphan words that exist in the English language, and that is probably one of them, I imagine.
Well, orphan words being words that can't be whole words without prefixes or suffixes, so that's probably more like an unfound word.
Fair.
Because an orphan word is going to be like, when you have, if, okay, this is a bad example, but it sounds funny, so I'm going to do it anyway. If resume were an English word, because re, is a prefix,
right,
and you take it off, zume is not a word, so it'd be orphan.
Oh,
so you can resume, but you can't zoom. Like I said, that's a terribly bad example, because it's the sort of thing that normally you do, like disassociation and association are both words.
Right.
But disenfranchise is a word, but enfranchise isn't really a word people use. So that would be it.
I mean, you really don't. So you have like rehabilitate, but you don't really have habilitate.
Right? Or like you have, oh God, what is it? Anyway, orphan words are ones where if you remove their prefix, the root word isn't a word.
Yes.
That's your orphan word.
Okay.
It's a really fun literary convention, and God, I love people that have literary channels that are also fun to listen to, because literature and linguistics and the usage of language is so much fun. And it's part of why we've actually gone so hard on Karen and her language abilities, because one of the things, if you study linguistics, and I'm not saying everybody did it in college, but I love it as a hobby, you will find that kids are brilliant at linguistics. And you'll get little examples of things, and if anyone's listening who's a mom, then you'll notice things with your kids where they will learn how the rules work way before they ever learn the words that go with it.
Yes.
So you'll get things like, let me just buckle you in, for the car seat and stuff, and they'll ask you to buckle them out. That kind of thing when they're done, because that is the logical, reverse and how the word would be used, even though it's not your cultural colloquialism or linguistic usage.
Right.
And so there's a lot of that of lift me up, lift me down. If that's how you've heard it, they'll just use the same rules to other things. Kids are brilliant with language, and there's a lot of really fun studies on kids and language that I just adore. Now, adults in language are amazing too, but like it's not as obvious as it is with kids. On the other hand, you get people wordifying stuff like carpenting, and it works. You can glark from context exactly what they mean.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, so yeah, what a carpenter
does.
Oh boy. Okay, well, we have an excess of wood from the tree that fell on the mill, and I'm sure we can just cut it into uniform planks that are going to work well with the old rotted wood that's up there. And process it without a problem, even though I don't have a table saw or a circular saw or any carpenting tools.
At all.
Carpenting tools.
Carpenting.
I don't have a bag of carpenting tools.
What are you, a carpenter?
What are you? What are you? I'm in D&D, and I'm a carpenter. I'm a professional magical carpenter, and I have my bag of carpenting tools. I need my carpenting instruments.
Ah!
Yes.
Yes, all right.
All right. Fell off the mill. We're gonna just
Oh,
turn it
that's
into
the
nice
tree.
planks.
Okay.
It'll be great. We can use that to make some cute benches for the fire pit. Oh, okay, cool.
All right,
So
cool.
I kind of wonder
Reuse.
if there'll be log benches. Also, the stump is too deep and we can't move it. My friend's metaphor I love, but still. But we can drag the whole tree itself over here, no problem. It's fine.
Yeah, there's some questions to have here about this. Sounds complicated.
Blaine,
At
to
her
you.
level of irritation, that's totally you.
She is just.
Like,
This is-
really?
This is me when I'm having to train someone on a job, quietly in my own head, because I don't discriminate against employees who are frustrating.
Even though I definitely label them as frustrating and annoying little piss babies!
But I
No,
nonetheless
true.
treat them with patience and behavior. Whatever goes on in your head
Uh-huh.
is not representative of who you are as a person,
Yes.
because your behavior determines that, what you choose to do. All right? So your head, do not worry about whatever you're thinking about. Worry about what you choose consciously with your amazing, complicated, beautiful brain that has freedom of choice.
Yes.
All right. When I am training people and they're like, I applied for this job, I interviewed for this job, now I'm given to you with full disclosure of what this job is going to be like, and you start training and explaining to me, because I've done a lot of training in my life. Like, that is something I get assigned to every job I have ever been at. They're like, wow, you seem to really understand what's going on. That means you can train other people to do it. And I'm like, that's because I asked 900 questions, because I was afraid if something went wrong and I didn't have context, I wouldn't know a good solution to implement. Anyway.
Yes.
And so they do the, sounds complicated. I'm like, this is literally the one job you were hired for. If we go through the steps, even though it sounds complicated, for you and the amazing skill you shall be imparted with and acquire, it will not be complicated, because this is your station. This is your home. You will live here. You will assemble this thing like no one else can assemble this thing. So don't worry about the complication level, because you are going to master it. But it's still kind of huff when people are just like, but that's a lot of work at my job. And I'm like, honestly, jobs are designed to be worked, so there we are.
We can argue about that, but that's okay. Anyway.
I'm not saying they're designed to be effective or useful or get things done, but they are designed to be work.
They're so pointless sometimes. My God.
Too bad. You need to get those hands dirty if you want to help me, or put on some gloves or something.
Damn it.
If you want to help me, you're going to help. A few hours later. Quite a few hours later. We can just place them right here. You honestly weren't
Except
completely
she just
useless.
says place them right, and then I bet you he's going to interrupt.
We can just place them right. Oh, no, it's just showing us.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Those
They're
are
just
so
stumps.
terrible.
Okay.
That's better.
But that leaves a bunch of people out.
Oh, that's adorable.
Why are they all completely different arrangements? I want this arrangement with these things.
I know. Well, because they put the rocks there. They made an error.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, like, they could clip it under these and pretend like the bushes are
Or
higher
you could
up.
have the back part of it over here rather than being like, we can't do that. So
I'm impressed that with no carpenting skills, they made those things.
honestly, yes.
I also want these to have 3 of them if they're here.
I know. So you have one on this side too. So the downward side down
Yeah.
here. That would be nice.
I'm fine. They're very cute.
Because it's the only other one that has a lot on there. So
that has enough spaces for more butts.
Yes,
I'm
more
wanting
booty.
more booty around the fire pit.
yes, must toast the booties.
Also,
Let's do
though,
it.
what I'm grumpy about here, and the reason is so in these 2 ones,
Oh,
I know,
you goof.
you just said hey. She just said hey.
I don't know. I just want making sure
Hers
because
is really
before
tiny.
you've tapped through it.
I was gonna say, the other one, nobody can roast marshmallows or get over the fire. So those 2 can sit and theoretically use the fire, but the third one cannot.
Maybe that's just for people who are overheated. You never know.
It's
Some people are
possible.
toasty and they go, oh, I want to sit down, but I don't want to be so close to the fire kind of thing.
Okay, fine, but what if they're not? If you can't move it ever, then you're stuck.
I imagine you can move it. There's no
Nope,
way.
can't move it. I love that they look like lotus flowers. That's super charming.
Aren't they cute?
Mm-hmm. See what a day of carpenting gets you?
Yes.
Ugh.
Chairs that'll give you splinters?
Blaine, we sanded them.
God. Also, then you seal them, and guess what happens?
They don't splinter. They also don't rot and warp and split in the, rain and weather and elements.
And heat and snow.
Blaine, why did you help me make beautiful benches that you're just going to crap on?
Huh?
You obviously just spent hours making these things that are beautiful and you could buy out of a showroom, and yet you're like, chairs that can give you splinters.
Hooray!
Meaning, I hate all of our work and it has no value to me.
Because it's a pain in the ass because all he wants is the money. Like, I don't believe this for a second that he's he's definitely changed as a person.
New Blaine, huh? And then he does the same kind of moping she does.
Boom.
Like, they both get completely sad in the same way.
I'm trying.
Well, if I was sympathetic to you and you hadn't been such a painful asshole in the past, and you were just a person that was trying to change rather than someone I had a fuck ton of history with, pardon my language, then, you know what? I might help you try, because it takes time to break habits, and people don't just change instantly. And even if they've resolved to change, they still have to practice that change and do it. And notice when they're doing something that's habitual to them, which will happen without them, being aware of it, because that's what habits are, and then become aware of it, and then make a new choice.
Parlez-vous français?
Parlez-vous? Oh, dear.
I always pardon my French, but I know that's not accurate at all. I was just shitting on it, but
That's
like,
so bad.
parlez-vous my French?
That's
Parlez-vous français? Because
so
it's
bad.
parlez-vous, but yeah. Parlez-vous français is do you speak French, for those of you who do not know, which I imagine there are more than plenty of you who actually speak way more languages than either of us do. So
honestly,
yes,
we have been flattered and impressed with how many diverse people have showed up at our channel. We are thrilled with the amount of Russians we have here. It has been super cool to find people from other parts of the world as well, even though I can't confirm any of them right now so much as not an American frequently comes up.
Right.
And I love that. Or people coming in all the time and saying English isn't my first language, and we're like, honey, you're doing fine. We only have the one language.
Actually, that's a thing to really realize. I think even if all you do is speak by a single language, there are plenty of people where, guess what, they might speak like English or whatever your primary language is poorly, but hey, they're trying to speak two languages, and that's pretty badass in my opinion. So
and honestly, almost every person that I've known who's an American who's tried to learn another language is so shy and skittish about using it. I think largely because of how it's taught in the schools.
Yeah.
That they're not going to get on the internet and type badly in that language and apologize about it the way people that we've met from other countries will and go, or that just are Americans that just aren't primary English speakers because, their family isn't a primary English speaker, either because they immigrated or they're somewhere that's more, like the French Quarter, there's somewhere that's more Spanish, that's the primary language they were born into even as Americans.
Yeah.
Which is important to realize there are parts of America where the primary language isn't English, even if those parts are small.
All right. Well, I can't decide if we should hit that or not because that's pretty much looking like it's getting close to the end of the day. It's only at 89%.
I think we can do it. We're okay.
All right, let's do it.
Place ground flowers.
Yes.
Grinding flowers in a pestle.
Right.
We'll just place these ground flowers. Let's do a little planting over here.
All right.
We're making more rock garden. This is such a weird experience of the way this all looks.
I don't understand this one at all.
Like, it just looks so much different.
So there's the purple, which is the purple that was like up there.
I feel like this might be nice.
The blue?
Yeah.
Which, honestly, if you know anything about flowers, blue is really uncommon.
It is.
Oh my god. You are way more likely to get purple or pinks or reds or yellows compared to, like, purples and blacks.
Oh,
which a lot of people go, those are really... Oh, excuse me. Blues. I apologize. Blues and blacks. Apologize.
You're way more likely to get purples than you are purples. I see. Deep wisdom.
I bite you. I didn't know.
But I would like to say that in reference to whenever I talk about written language and I talk about like it doesn't seem translated well, it doesn't seem written well, it seems like the primary writer didn't speak that as their first language. I don't mean to crap on them in any way.
Oh no.
It's just an awareness of breaking down what's written there and how it works.
Or what we could say is, honestly, they seem tired today.
Sometimes they just seem tired, or sometimes they just seem lacking in grammar.
But then that's sometimes
what
really
do I have? Very low grammar skills, but a lot of talk.
I have so much chat. Not a lot of chit. Actually, my problem probably is that I have too much chit, not enough chat. All right, go ahead.
Get you feeling connected with nature. Right?
What? Oh, yes, right. Nature, harmony, and all that. Please don't bite my head off.
So
because I was super distracted.
With this whole nature connective persona, assuming So that's what we were doing out here, reconnecting with nature?
Yes.
You went, yes, Lily's rebuilding this garden because of reconnecting with nature, not
Right.
because she literally will have no place to live if she doesn't do it, let alone dishonor her aunt, dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your aunt. Yeah. All right. Harmony and nature. And then he's like, it's breaking down. I can't do it. Right. Anyway, now it feels a little cozier.
It does.
Even if it also feels like there's a weird sort of bridge to the back of a chair, interlude size thing. Also, I don't know how you interpreted that space was for a fire pit at all, and that third bench does look awkward, but it's fine, cozy.
It's fine. Perfect for snuggling up in the dark.
On a splintery, awkward bench that you don't like?
What? Oh, I didn't say that.
In the grass, right? I'm sure. Just on a picnic blanket, right?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
That sounds nice. Conceptually.
Good.
Over there as a romantic idea by itself in a void.
Without you.
No, just out there. Like, people could write about that
Without
or
you and
talk
without
about
me.
it.
Yep.
Without anybody. Just that's a nice idea by itself.
I like the sound of idea by itself in void.
Yep, romantic ideas by themselves in a void are great.
Good.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
cutscene. Oh, it's the raccoon.
Lily! A feral cat!
Hi, have you...
I mean, some people have thought that they are feral.
Some people have thought they are cats. I was just like,
My
Blaine.
favorite story actually was somebody going, we found this cat and it's really cute. And they were like, that is a bobcat kitten?
Okay.
Oh my god.
The one I love is, we found this really angry, grumpy cat. It looks a little sick. It's an opossum.
I love that one
And it's just there making angry faces at them. They keep trying to feed it, and it will eat the food, but more angry faces at them. They're like, we think it might have mange or something. Its tail's bald. And you're like, that,
is
honey,
an opossum.
is not a cat. It is an opossum. And opossums are wonderful, wonderful North American animals that eat ticks.
They're also giant goddamn rodents. Like
No, they're not. They do not have the gnawing and chewing teeth.
But they're a part of that. Oh no, they're marsupials, aren't they? They're
something like that, but they're not rodents. Anyway,
I thought they were a part of family rodentia, like capybaras are, a part of family rodentia. Like they're just one of the biggest.
Not as far as I know. They have your weasel teeth. They have weasel teeth.
Oh, okay.
They're
Maybe
more like
I
your
just
weasel
wonder where they
family,
were
as far as I
related.
know.
Okay, well.
Anyway, I would say I will probably look up your opossum information, but what I do know is that they eat ticks by the hordes, and they are responsible for controlling our tick populations. So if you have an opossum nearby and ticks live anywhere in your vicinity, be like, good opossum, tame the tick problem for me, and I will support you.
Yay!
And they will do that. Like statistically, they eat as many ticks as dragonflies eat mosquitoes, and it's amazing.
It's pretty good.
Feral cat. Not the worst mistake ever, but Blaine, that's a raccoon.
Okay.
Okay? You've lived in a city. Sometimes there are raccoons.
I don't care about scientific mumbo jumbo. Get out of here, you!
Blaine, you've got to stop yelling at animals. Wait! Look! You are being idiots again!
It has a photograph!
There are 2 of them! It slid in on its booty.
But that was wild.
How cute! You might want one to get the hell out of here, but now you've got to love it now that there's 2. I've always loved cute things, and you've never loved anything that I thought was cute. And you know what happened in the flower garden just a minute ago? I said things were cute, and you said no, because you've never thought the same things were cute that I were, and you've never had the same value on cuteness that I do. And you know what? If any of your paintings have anything cute in them, I'm going to be so angry.
Be furious.
Wonder if they want a snack.
Well,
all right. Well, the next one, we may feed the raccoons.
I guess we're going to in the next one then. Thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us. If you like what we do, I love the pattern difference. Honestly, it's kind of bizarre.
Gloves.
Yeah.
Black gloves. This one's literally just wearing white gloves.
And it has weird, open space in between its eyes, so it looks like it's got, weird broken sunglasses on its face, but that's okay.
It does. The full bandit mask, the split bandit mask.
Yep. So if you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and please also feel free to share our videos with somebody that you think might have a good time with us. And then also, please feel free to go ahead and go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. Other than that, though, I have been Scandal.
I love how Blaine's just stuffed in a shrubbery right now. And I have been Lies.
He's Shrub Man.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!